So let's talk a bit about your journey in the past. You mentioned that you were in the dental field. So how did you happen to move into nutrition? So I would like to hear that story.
Sure. So 20 years in a dental field. I started off as, assistant the doctor, the dentist, and then I moved into the front area. From there into management, and I was very successful at it. I was able to help practices to become very successful. My main thing, what I was doing is I will coach employees, to how to become their own leader in their position, like how to take ownership. Of course, uh, that world is a beautiful world. I love working with patients. I've learned a lot from patients. What happened, I didn't really per se leave, like, I didn't leave that world. I just wanted to do something that I wanted to do, something that nutrition always was in the back of my head. But it was just the time was hard for me to go back to school. And so when the time came and I had that opportunity, I didn't want to lose it. So to this day, what I do is actually right now as we speak, I am working with a good friend of mine at we're creating we started like a small company, for it's a consulting company. And this company is to help out dentists out there to create systems that will work for the practice, to make the practice successful, like from putting employees in the right seat, training them how to present treatment plans, scheduling, billing, everything that dentists nowadays struggle with, to tell you the truth. And I've seen this throughout my experience or my journey in the dental field. I've seen it in every practice I've worked for. They all had the same problem. um, Unfortunately, most of the dentists, they come out of dental school not knowing anything about the business side of the
Mm.
practice. They're good at what they do as dentists. They learned about root canals, not how to process a claim, for instance. And so they are in the clinic busy doing what they're supposed to, and then up front is all chaotic. So what they do is they hire a manager, supposedly, that's supposed to lead the practice, and sometimes manager, they just add into the chaos. This program that we're working on right now is to help these dentists, you know to uh, uh, to create systems, for the office to run smoothly without even needing a manager. So we've been working on it, and we have few connections with some dentists and stuff. So um, I know it will be very successful. And I'm just trying to balance between what I do, nutrition, and the dental world. And the reason why I didn't want to leave that world is because I've spent so many years in it, and and I really loved it, and I still love it. I've learned a lot from it as well. So I'm like, well, I'm sure that there is something, since I am in a nutrition field and I'm helping people getting healthier and finding their health goals, I can also use my knowledge in the dental world and help dentists out there. And I'm hoping I could be successful at it,
Yeah,
you
it
know.
sounds so interesting.
Thank you. So yeah, so this is what I've been what I've been working on. And you know what? Believe it or not, now there is actually an ADA code for nutrition in the dental world. this is how much nutrition is actually affecting all aspects, so because it was recently they find out that gum disease has a big connect with nutrition, so this is just like one of them. There's like other problems. There's the connection of fluoride, like how bad fluoride can be for the health, of, and especially now that they give fluoride to kids a lot. I don't really support that, but I was a big fan of fluoride because I did not know, because so there is a lot going on, with nutrition, and I'm glad that now it's also like slowly it's being, introduced to the dental world. I think it will be awesome. So I can even introduce that to the dental world as I am consulting.
Yeah, I see so much potential in all of these different ventures, but they are one and the same. But again, these are like little systems that you are placing in these areas
Yes,
that you're finding these gaps in. So
the
I feel,
gaps, exactly. We're
yeah,
filling the gaps, exactly.
yeah. And I see that you have that vision as well, that you're able to see that. So that's also something not many people have. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I don't know. The way I see things is you have to have a vision. You have to, you know, uh, or you even might call it a dream, whatever you want to call it. But all you can do is be consistent, be very consistent at it, and resilient, and hopefully. I'm not saying that it's going to work 100%, failing in something is part of the process. It's part of the success also. So if I do, like, let's say if I start consulting and it's not going the way I have imagined, it's okay. I will be okay with it. I will check and see, so what happened? What is it that I did or missed, and I've used these same steps in different practices in the past and it was great success. Why is it not working here? And you just have to accept it, and make changes and keep going. You can't give up in life. You can't give up. You have to keep going, until you find that sweet spot,
Yes.
that solution, and it just happened with consistency. You just get there. I'm a true believer. I'm a big believer in consistency. Oh,
Yeah,
so
definitely.
hopefully we'll get there.
Yes, you will. I feel that it's something that everyone will appreciate because you will be showing the results. So, yeah,
I hope so. I hope so.
yeah,
I hope so. I hope so. I really hope so, because if we really can make a difference out there, if we really can resolve issues, it will make a big difference.
yeah.
It
And
will,
I feel,
it's
yeah, I feel it's a new area. I mean, there's no course that you can go to university and learn this in. It's a new area for many people, and sometimes we just get, entangled in the everyday things, in the rut of the things, and we forget that, oh, we can actually come up with the solution. We don't have to just keep doing what everyone else is doing, right? So
that's true. Yeah, that's absolutely true. And I think, and that's what happens most of the time is, because people can't find the time to sit and research
yes,
things and try to find, you know, you know, everyone's life is different. You Since you wake up, you don't stop, and sometimes it's important to stop, like especially if you're doing the same thing over and over but you don't see any result. At some point you have to stop and take a breather, and you're like, okay, what is it that I need to make changes to?
mm,
I'm sure that there is something that I am doing wrong, and thinking that it's working for me, but technically it's not. So sometimes that stop, it's very important, just to rethink the process that you have created in the first place. It's important,
Yeah.
So like if what I normally say, I'm like, what is the true meaning of insanity? Which is like you are doing the exact same thing every day, but you are expecting different results. It does
Mhm.
not work like that, So, at some point, if you are doing something for a very long time, but you don't see any growth, any change, it's time to consider something else.
Yes.
Whether you stop and think about it and, recreate a new system or find help, whatever it is, you have to consider the possibility that at this point, I've tried everything, it's not working out. What is it that I need to do? What's next for me? You know,
Yeah. This advice can be applied to everything in life, from
everything in life,
from your health to your office to
everything in life.
yeah.
Yes, everything in life, from your health to your business, to your personal life, to your professional life, whatever you call it,
Mhm.
anything you can apply this advice for sure.
Yeah. So let's talk about your spiritual journey now. So how has been your spiritual journey in this industry, I would say, being in nutrition and the kind of people that you were serving before? What has been your personal journey?
My personal journey with people in general, it's uh, it varies. It can, whether when I was working in, in a dental office or now. For sure, now is different because I know certain things I did not know before. You know, in the beginning, when I started working in a dental field, uh, it was very hard for me communicating with patients because it was kind of like you take everything personally, kind of.
Mm.
You feel like, oh, this patient is attacking me, but I didn't do anything. Whereas it's not. It's just I've learned that we all individually have something that we go through, like there is something inside, and each one of us approaches the problem differently. So the problem manifests in different ways. Like you can, some people, they actually literally enter the dental office angry, which I used to think they were angry. And then I find out because, of course, I took I took a lot of CE courses, and I also took some, psychological classes, which helped me a lot to understand people from a complete different level. So then I start understanding. Well, she's not really angry; she's anxious. You know, and that particular patient will need a complete different approach. you know you cannot have an anxious patient and treat her like everyone else. Although we treat all the patients, gratefully, and but it's just that certain patients will require maybe something a little more different, a little more understanding, and that actually helps me a lot. Once I start understanding, now my connection with my clients or patients is different because I can relay, I can understand. So even when I have a patient who does not really believe in what I do and all that, I don't take offense to it. I take it as, you know what, you know, uh, maybe I can help him understand it from a different angle. How about I teach him something? Maybe they need more of a proof, different approach, you know. And sometimes what you need to do is just let them be, give them their space, don't try to push it, or keep calling them all the time. So when are you ready to schedule your session? So you need to do this. The fact that you're pushing is not a good thing. And I did the exact same thing when I was in the dental world. When people will leave without scheduling for their treatment, I will never push it. Like, I will call to remind them. But nowadays what they teach, like they teach the front desk, is like, oh, you need to get that production on the book. It's not a production. Patients are not numbers. I'm sorry, you have to care for their well-being first. Money will come, you know but you have to think about that patient probably already left the practice in pain, you know, and they have to pay you money to feel more pain. Who would do that? You know what I mean? So sometimes you just, that's why I really emphasize on informing people, teaching them. So when a patient understands the situation that they're in, not making it as an urgency. Don't create an urgency. Don't make it it's the end of the world. And if he does not put that crown, he might die. No, that's wrong too. But just explain, that today what you need is a filling. But if you wait longer, it might turn into a root canal, or longer, you might end up by losing that tooth. I don't have, the timeline of when all this is going to happen, but eventually it will happen, you know. So, either you probably might pay a small amount now or a big amount later. It's really up to you. You know what I mean? But we don't push it. I will explain what they need and why they need it, what's going on in there. And then I might make a phone call just to say, hey, you know, is there any questions you may have that I can answer? Or it's basically, you show them that we are there for them. I'm here for you. And I do the same thing in the nutrition side of it. It's okay if you don't book an appointment. It's okay if but after our conversation, is there any questions that you may have that you'd like me to clarify even more? you know so I like to put everybody at ease. Like, I want you, if you choose to do this or that, it's from your own choosing, you know. And I feel like this approach, people respond better, because when they come back, they are ready. They are ready. Like, they don't even ask questions. Like, whatever you tell them, they just follow. Whereas if you keep pushing them, all you get is, uh I don't know, can I call you back? I want to reschedule. I don't feel good. Sometimes they get super anxious, that they really don't feel good. So no, I'm a big believer. They need to be put at ease. People need to make their own choices.
Yeah, and you give them the information so
You
that
give them the information.
yeah,
That's all you can do. At the
they
end
can
of the
make
day,
yeah,
that's
they can make
all
an
you can do.
informed choice. Like you don't force it upon them, and also
Yes.
they can feel your energy, like where you're coming from. Even on the phone, people can feel your energy, and
Yes.
even if they don't know that they are, but that's how
Yes.
they react, right?
Yes, yes. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. They actually feed off a lot of just your persona in general, So they're if um and they even feel like your inside tuition in, like the good thing that I have, and I really thank God for it all the time, is people trust me easily. Like they really trust my judgment. They, because, and I truly believe, because I keep them at ease and I open a very safe space for them,
Yes.
and I listen. I really listen. I sit down, like I could sit down for 1 hour and not say a word, just listen. Just listen carefully to what they have to say. And then throughout the process, when I mention something that they have said in the beginning of the session, they go, "Wow, you heard that?
Mm.
You caught that?" I'm like, of course, I was listening to you. It's part of the process, kind of thing.
Yeah, just doing that itself is placing the customer in a space that they feel safe in, and they're able to 100% trust you, so that when you call them next time, they know that, okay, this lady is, you know, is thinking for my best, and I just have to show up and that's it. So, yeah.
Yes, yes, I agree.
So, do you have any one client success story that you would like to share, what they came to you with and how you helped them and what was the outcome?
Yes, I do. I actually have this patient um, that I've treated last year. When I met her for the first time, she does not live here in the US. So when I talked to her the first time, I was like kind of in shock. I was like, I don't know if I can really help this patient, because to me, what I saw, it was a lot of mental issues, which that's not my specialty. And I like to practice within my scope. So the first session, which is supposed to be just 30 minutes, it turned out to be 2 hours, because the patient had like so much to talk about. Like that's and nobody was listening to her. No one, no one, no one. She was kept being ignored, ignored, ignored. And while we were talking, we were FaceTiming. She smoked about 5 cigarettes, and I was like, that's a lot. That's a lot. So after that session, I sat and I started thinking about the whole thing, and I'm like, oh, maybe she needs to be referred out, or maybe let me just sleep on it. Let me see if I can do at least something to help her out somehow. Then I called her and I'm like, let's do another session. I want to ask you some questions, and see how this is gonna go. So the second session, it turns out to be, it was not really mental health. This lady went through so much that affected her mental health, her mental stability. And there was like so much toxicity around her. And also, she was way overweight. She had no purpose in life. Like, you know, I mean, borderline, I thought that she was suicidal, to tell you the truth, borderline. So then you know, I mean, I was very upfront with her in the beginning. I'm like, look, I'm gonna do my best to help. I cannot guarantee, but I think if you follow everything that I say, and and if you make some small changes, some of other ones might be bigger changes. I think you might be, you'll get to where you want to be, for sure. The good thing about this patient is, like, she was ready. Like, she was ready to do anything, just anything, to make changes in her life, anything. So we started. So we used to do, like, I will do a session that it's like coaching. I won't say it's mental, but it's not really mental. It's just like showing her that there's certain things, how can she deal with certain situations, you know that helped her tremendously. I added some meditation, some yoga to start. Then for at least a month, we did not talk about nutrition at all. She kept telling me, but Mia, I need to lose weight. This is not going to help. And I told her one thing. I said, look, if you want to lose weight, you have to do it the right way. If you don't fix other problems that you have going, you're not going to be able to lose weight. It's going to be almost impossible. And even if you start losing weight, you're going to give up on me within a month or so because you're going to get overwhelmed. We cannot throw so much at your body because right now your body is going through so much. There is so much stress, that you're going through right now. Your mental health is not really stable. To top all of this with a restrictive diet, oh, that you're going to send your body to the roof and you're not going to be able to follow through. And then my job as a wellness coach and health coach, it's not going to be done properly. So we have to do it slowly, and then you'll see the results as we go. So she followed everything I said, every single thing I said. So I would say about 9 months later, it was like nine and day. Even her mom called me to tell you the truth. She lost so much weight. She's fit. She became so focused, like very focused. She was kind of very ADHD kind of person. She became so focused. You know, she excelled in her job. She got promoted. And now, even like if she goes through periods where if she gets sick or and she also was an emotional eater, if she goes through the emotions and stuff, she knows how to get back. And that for me is a successful story because you know now we're going on 2 years and nothing changed. She's still going strong. She's still and she's super happy. She's very happy now. She met somebody and hopefully she'll get married soon, hopefully, and have kids and all that. um Her relationship with her mom family is way better than before. She's more laid back. She takes time for herself. She used to be very impulsive, and she's no longer like that. So it was a big impact. And for me, to help out a patient like this, it just remind me that it can't be done. We can do it. Anything is possible. And this is where I say that you can't make drastic changes. You can't. It has to be slowly. And you always have to look for the root cause of the issue, and once you find out, then everything will just fall into places, basically.
Yeah, and we are not just in one dimension as a human being, we are
We're
multidimensional.
not.
And yeah, so
Exactly.
if there is an issue in our life, we have to look at it from all angles and have to try to solve it from all these different angles. And all of them, when you do that, you get long-term results. And I'm sure,
Long-term results.
yeah,
Absolutely.
and
Absolutely. And that's my goal,
yeah,
basically. That's my goal. My goal is for the person to stick to it and to know how to stick to it. To know, like, because you're gonna go through phases where, hey, I don't feel like doing anything. Hey, I don't feel like exercising for the next 5 days or this. And that's okay. Sometimes you have to listen to your body too. Like if you don't feel like doing that, it's okay. But what's important is to know how to pick yourself up again, you know,
yeah,
and not fall into that trap, and and do the right thing for yourself. And another thing is, positive energy is super important, very, very important. And that's why I'm a true believer in meditation. Meditation really helped me personally. And when I do breath works, sometimes I wake up and I feel like, oh, I don't feel myself. Maybe I had the rough night's sleep, or, and it happens to us women. We go through different, you know, motions in this life. And and when I just do that breath work in the morning, it makes a huge difference, huge.
Yes.
Sometimes I wake up, I don't really feel like going to the gym. Then I find myself at the gym,
Yeah.
So we can do it. It can't happen. It can't be done. We just have to find the right person to help us through the process, and also be ready and trust it. Trust the
Mhm.
system, trust it.
Yeah. So, what is the one take home message you would like to give our audience so that they can just, take a gist of all your experience? I'm sure there are so many things we talked about and we can keep on talking about. But what is the one take home message that you'd like to give?
I would say that life is a journey. Just live it beautifully. Don't over analyze certain things. You know, some things in life happen for a reason. And it's okay if it does not happen the way we want. Something better will come along. And I say that because I went through that, and it happened to me. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people out there that right now, as we speak, they're struggling with something, you
Yeah.
know. So if you are struggling, seek help. You know, if you feel like you cannot do it by yourself, find the right help. There is help out there. Okay. And don't think that this is the end. It could be just the beginning of something beautiful.
Yeah.
Um, when it comes to health, I say get healthy and you will lose weight. If, for people out there that they're struggling with the weight loss, for people that, they're struggling with mental health, or they just want to talk to a professional, talk to somebody that can really listen to you. There is help for you. There is a lot of help out there.
Yeah, that's a wonderful message, and I'm sure people find your methods very, very supportive and empowering. So, if they want to
Thank
work
you.
with you, where can they find you? Where can they sign up?
So my website is the Mia Method to Nutrition.com. They can also call me. My phone number is 512-507-5467. They can also reach me on social media. I was off for a while, but I'm trying to get back. So my Instagram is at Mia Nutrition, or I think Mia Nutritionist, I believe. Yeah, Mia Nutritionist. And also Facebook, the Mia Method. And my Gmail account is the mianutrition@gmail.com. Anywhere you can contact me, I'll be happy, happy, happy to help and answer any questions. And even if you just want to call and chit chat, I'll be happy to chit chat with you.
Yeah, thank you for giving us your time and this wonderful wisdom. And I'll put all your information in the description as well so people can reach out. And
Thank
that's
you.
all for today. And I am looking forward to maybe another conversation.
Oh, absolutely.
We can choose the topics. I am really interested in weight loss and weight gain as well. So for some people who need
Sure.
to gain weight, I think that's a topic that's not much talked about. So
Yes.
I'd like to dive in.
Yeah. Yeah. And there is also a topic that we really don't talk about is emotional eating. And there is a
Mhm.
lot of people are struggling with that. And I would love to have a nice conversation with you about emotional people and emotional eating. It's going to be an eye opener for sure.
Yeah, so stay tuned if you want to learn about these topics as well. We will be posting another episode on these. So let us know in the comments what was your biggest takeaway from this episode, and how did you find the information on nutrition on in this episode. So see you another time. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and thank you for being here, Mia, as well.
Thank you so much, Rio, for having me.
So see you soon. Bye.
See you soon. Bye.